Hi guys, welcome back to Homesteading with the Anga family and welcome to our indoor kitchen. Finally, we get to do this video. Finally, after many months. My name is Liz. Behind the camera is my husband, Peter Anga. Yay! And this is the Anga family. The children are somewhere. Okay guys, so the last time we were showing you the kitchen and the homestead, what we were doing around the homestead, and I left you guys at the place where we were having carpenters, we call them fundis here, doing the cabinetry. Finally, they are done. I'm so happy because through the entire process of renovating this kitchen, my character has been developed. It's called character development. I have gone through what is it called? Something that enhanced my character. Patience to the level of, I think, 100%. I've grown. Long suffering, perseverance, name them. The fruits of the spirit. I've grown through a lot of character development by renovating this kitchen. It has been quite a journey. It has been years and years of me wanting to renovate this space to what it is today. Why am I saying years? Because we built this kitchen 8 years ago when we were in our early 30s, 31, 32 there in years, around 8 years ago. Please stop calculating my years. Yeah, you can guess my years from that. Tip, hint. And then, my husband is doing this. Anywho, that's what I'm going to say. It is finally over in 2021. We've been away from the internet for a number of reasons. Maybe we'll have a sit down. There are so many flies right now. It is the season. We'll get to it later, but for now, let me just concentrate on this kitchen because it might be a very lengthy video. I am quite talkative, quite detailed in talk. I don't know how to summarize. So if you love summarized videos in talk, please. This is quite detailed. Okay guys, so let's start from where? I don't want to do the before photos and the before videos of this kitchen before the renovation because guys, let me tell you the truth, they are horrific. They are horrible. This kitchen was not a place I was proud of at all. And that is something else that I've learned in marriage. This kitchen has also taught me a lot. When we came into marriage and when we were building this house, I came with these demonic ideas that there are roles for I don't want to say gender roles because to some extent there's truth in that, but I also hate things called gender roles because when I came into marriage with these ideas, because it's not an African idea at all, it is just from the pit of hell. We were conditioned, or rather I was conditioned by the community where I was brought up or exposed to, that women are not, what is it called? Women are not involved with the constructions and designing of the house. Women are limited, I can say, in that department to using that house, you know, like keeping it clean and cooking in that kitchen. But the man is the one who walks around with the phone, says, I want this done, I want that done. I mean, you understand that, that is the mentality I had when I was very foolish and young in years in marriage. But then we thank God because people grow up, I grew up, I matured, I renewed my mind, and I knew that those were things that were not godly at all. And now when we were doing this kitchen, I knew my strengths. I was limited as a woman when we were like 8 years ago. It was really the spirit of limitation. That's why I really hate gender roles because they limit. You come into marriage with this boxed idea. Sorry, I'm getting into marriage things. Yeah, I've been in 15 years in marriage right now. I think I can say one or two things in it. So I'm saying this because when you guys, some people want to build, there are things that I have also seen, actually I have seen and experienced even from people I know, where the women take a back burner and the man comes forth and says everything they want. And that's why you see many places. Anyway, story for another day. Anyway, let's go back to my story. It's not other people's story. This is my story. So I left my husband to take the front lead in constructing this house. I let him take the lead in designing, and I was just there. I mean, even the fundis would not basically. I think I was just so naive that I didn't even talk to the fundis so much and say what I wanted. I used to be told, it's supposed to be done like this. The standard for this is supposed to be like this. Is the standard from Muzungu country, standard from European countries, standard from Western countries. This is how we did in school. We were taught it cannot be done like this because the standard. It was really annoying because I was limited and I was just there like an obedient sheep. Oh, okay, so that is how you learn in school. You don't put counters to what I want. It is what you were taught by your masters, your teachers, whoever taught you now is the one who's ruling my design of house. So there's so many things that I really didn't like. I didn't want my personality that I tolerated because the fundis came and my husband together. And they were saying, this is how it should be done. This is how it should be. So my voice was like squashed. And then I'm looking at myself, oh, but I'm a woman. What do I know? What do I know about constructing? What do I know about food? What do I know about cement? So I think I can say to some extent in those early years, marriage limited me, but not anymore. Now I am empowered in a godly way. And I've known that I was living in foolishness. Fast track to 2018 when Zuri was born, and we had a tussle with my husband, not really like fighting. Ideas. We had ideas. I told him I want us to renovate the kitchen because I want it to be a space that I will really enjoy being in, or rather the family will enjoy being in, all of us. And my husband said, yeah, fine, that's good. But majority of the design was his. And again, I kept quiet. He didn't like fight to have it. He just gave advice and ideas in a nice way. He's a very polite man. And then me being that person who was conditioned to keep quiet, conditioned to just listen to what men say about construction, listen to what men say about woodwork, listen to what men say about cement. I kept quiet. Oh, but that is a man, he knows. These are men, they know. So I kept quiet with all these beautiful ideas because of my gender. That is the mistake number one I made. And I don't want other people to make the same mistake. That's why I'm so open about it and I am speaking. So when it came to 2022, after I have empowered myself through reading, exposure, and things like that, and I stopped being a burden to my husband, putting all this burden on him because he's a man, so he should come up with everything. He's a man, so what? I told him, this is my gift and I'm running in it. And I don't want to hear things about. So I called the fundis and I told them we are renovating this kitchen again. But sometimes fundi was telling me about the standards of what should be done. I called him and I told him, listen, we are doing this kitchen again. The first time, my husband's ideas ruled. The second time, your ideas and my husband ruled. Now, all of you will listen to me. And now, we are going to work together, but I will not be silenced again. And that is how this kitchen came to be. This has been the dream of my heart for many, many years. But after 9 years, finally, this is what I wanted. Yeah, as I said, I put the pictures are before because it is total embarrassment. And by the way, you guys, not dissing my husband, but when it comes to interior decoration and interior design, hey, it is 2 left feet for those who understand dancing. And when they say someone has 2 left feet, when it comes to interior design and interior decoration for my husband, he's very good in functionality. That is his strength. About the functionality and the integrity of the building, that the building is, stands to its worth and can stand years and years and years, can be passed down to generation. with integrity, the structural prowess of the, I give it to my husband fully. But when it comes to decoration, to appealing, eyes to be beautiful, count my husband out. Can you wash dishes in the sink? That is enough. You want this grain to look like that. Let's not complicate lives. That is the desire. Can this wall just have paint? Do you have to have it, have this, have that? So these detailed things, I can say that when the two of us, I'm more into interior design, I'm more into beautifying, I'm more into that. He is more into functionality. So when I knew our differences and how we can match them up and make something beautiful out of our uniqueness, this kitchen has come to be into both of us being happy, plus the children. It's not just about me, it's about the entire family being happy with the space. So let's start from the cabinetry. Yeah, so guys, these cabinets that you see here, there was nothing here. When we were constructing this house, I told my husband I would really love storage, a lot of storage. And I have desire to have cabinets here. This one and this one. My husband said, sweetheart, I really love your idea, but this wall, because we used you can just say, because we used those bricks, what are those bricks called? Interlocking bricks, yeah. So because we use the interlocking bricks to make our walls, my husband said, this wall cannot carry cabinets. So it is not good to have cabinets. So it was just open. It was very ugly. I really hated it. But because but I didn't know that time that actually these walls can carry, because he said, and I thought, and the founders have said, these men know what they're talking about. Seriously, they are men. So I refused. We stayed without cabinets for many years. Lakini ile siku nilikasirika. The day I was annoyed because this man will come and tell you there are no cabinets, but these cups and plates, you are the one who will figure out where to put them. As much as he will help you, fine, because in our house we really help. We do things together. The way we were arranging cups and plates in this kitchen was just horrific. And I told him, I'm getting a fundi and I'm getting everything and we will have cabinets. And that is how we got these cabinets, and I love them. All these cabinets are thrifted, by the way. They are thrifted. God is so good, that God is so faithful. He provided. All these shutters are thrifted. Mine was to just buy this wood that supports and the shelves, but this entire thing was thrifted. Even that one, they are all thrifted. And this one, and I came up with the design. I told the fundi the design. I told the fundi this is what I want. So they made this, and I love them so much. This is the wood. It's cedar. Yeah, and then inside the cedar, I love kitchen tours. By the way, I can watch kitchen tours that take even forever. So I hope people who are watching this may be long. You love kitchen tours as well. I go into every detail, even a cup. I like talking about them. So yeah, come along. So all these plates here, they're also thrifted. I'm a person who really loves thrifted utensils, thrifted things, because they are unique. I love unique things. And when we were making this kitchen, I wanted a rustic theme. I'm not a person for modern and shiny things. I love what is it called? Rustic. Like these ones, they are thrifted. All these are thrifted. I just like hanging them here so that I look at them. They're just so artistic. I love the metal in it, and the brass in this, and the wood. It's just so beautiful. I love that. And as you can see, my pots for decoration, and they're also useful. I use them for making my milk, mala, mursik, amabere, kerandi, maribaga, what are they? Maribaga gakulala. Maziwalala, it's called that in Kitaita. Maribaya shekele, wataita in the house, kisis in the house. You know, this traditional milk, I love it. And then these shelves, let me explain about these shelves. Here I was supposed to put a hood, but then I decided, that hood for the vents. Yeah, But then I think it was expensive, that is number one, so we thought we can do without it. Yeah, then we decided that when we get money, we will put the hood. But in the meantime, it is displaying some of the things that I really love, like these baskets. These were wedding baskets 15 years ago when we got married. I really love them so much. And this book is very special to me. I can show you because it is beautiful. This came from my mother. Yeah, so this is the first book I actually learned to read from and enjoyed reading from. When she was 5 years, this was her first book she started reading, and she learned how to read from. She would just sit in the kitchen and she would be lost in this book. And that is how she did not start reading with the children's book as we have been, conditioned, and that children have to learn from a specific book, age group. A certain Ben and Polly went to the farm. It doesn't have to be that. I actually learned from this book, so that's why it's so dear to me. It's so special. My mother was an evangelist, and she used to sell books. And when she came across this book, she just thought of me, and she said, I want you to have this book. It's expensive. It's 3,000 shillings, so I will chip in 1,500 for you, and you pay the rest, 1,500. That's what I've written. Presented to Elizabeth by my mother, and it was chosen by my mother for me. So I love it so much. I like looking at it because it has beautiful story about it from my mother to me, and my child loved it so much. Yeah, and then all these things, and then let's come here. When I finished, when we were almost done with the kitchen, I got these cups. It's called Give Thanks. Yes, I really give thanks for this kitchen. Finally. I really give thanks. I found them. I thrifted them. Yeah, I have said I love thrifted things, and I picked them so fast because it went with the theme of my kitchen. I love red, and this thing was also thrifted. A lot of these things are basically thrifted. Yeah, so let's talk about this gas cooker here. This gas cooker, I worked and saved a lot of money to buy it. Again, when we were going to buy it, my husband thought, seriously, you're going to spend all that money to buy something to cook when you can just buy it for half the amount of money? And I said, no, this is the one that I love, and I am going to save until we acquire it. I am, exactly. And so when we were building, of course, I took measurements for this, and that is, the rest is history, as you can see. I got this vitambas from Mutumba. I thrifted again, as I've told you. And here is the Rolls Royce of cooking pots. I really love this so much. I really love this pot so much because it can be used for many things, in baking, in the open fire. This is the indoor kitchen, so we also have an outdoor kitchen where we use firewood or charcoal. So this is good for what is it called? It's
versatile.
Versatile, exactly. Yeah, it can be used in the oven, can be used in the oven outside, or just on the stove top. Yeah, so it is very good and can be passed to many generations. It is the matriarch of the cooking pot, the matriarch. Okay guys, so let's come to this area. Yeah, this is where I made a decision. I told my husband the materials that we used for building here, and he asked, what do we use? Because we had a long story with this one. And I told my husband what we had before was tiles. I really didn't like tiles. Until today, I don't like tiles. So I told my husband, the next building we are having the countertops and the floors and the walls, we are going to do terrazzo. As you can see, this is terrazzo. It was very expensive. It's more. We found it more expensive than tiles. And inside the terrazzos, I have friends who deal with gemstones. Yay! To my friends, thank you. Big up to you guys. They gave me these are called, what are these things called? I've forgotten. These blue stones. They gave me some to test, so that I can see if I would love how they appear. So it's something I've not done before, and I really love, because as you can see here, we got some of this blue. They just gave me as gifts, and this part here we mixed the terrazzos with green garnets. As you can see, the green. I don't know if it can be seen. I just wanted the backsplash, or rather this part of the kitchen to have that. So it was mixed. Yeah, you can see the green garnets, the savorites. Yeah, so that is what I wanted, and luckily my friends gave them to me. And these are red garnets here. I just wanted to mix, and because they are quite costly, at least because, and they also are my friends, they decided to give me with this blue stone. I've forgotten the name, but they gave me to see if I will love, and then I can order a big batch. So this countertop is made of terrazzo. I love it so much, but I can say maintenance is a bit tricky than to me. I find it a bit trickier than tiles, because if turmeric pours here, it's stone, it tends to do us too, and food color, it tends to absorb the color so much. So you need a lot of patience to deal with this. I wanted a rustic kitchen, and this is what came to mind. And this part of the kitchen, I decided to lift the counter instead of just letting it go straight. I wanted it a bit raised, so that I can use it also as displaying. I love displaying my dishes. If I have nice cute dishes, I love displaying, and I thought it would be nice to have that. Okay, coming to this side of the kitchen, here we had a counter, just a basic counter that my husband decided to feel like an architect, rather a mason, and he called his son, and he called our farm hand, and they came and they built a counter. You guys, I cannot show you the picture because the work was, it is well. It is well. So they built a counter. He is not a mason. You guys, he tried in this kitchen. Let me not tell you what happened. So, yeah, it was full of tiles, and the grout was just like big chunky things, and we broke it down, and instead I said I just want to see timber. I want to see wood, because this is nice. But this time I think he had just given up on wanting and saying, okay, when it comes to interior design and interior decoration, that is your strength, just follow up with what you want. I will make funds available for what you want, just don't ask for what should we do, what should I do, because clearly most of the things I've come up with in the interior you didn't fancy. So I said I want this, and this is thrifted again, guys. It's mvule and the mahogany, and I really love it that it has storage for, you can come and see, it has mini storage, keeping these tiny things away. These are the dishes for keeping, what are they called, the pot holders, and this is really nice. It brings organizations. Small tiny things have a place to go to. Yeah guys, I was drinking my dawa because of this Omicron variant that keeps on mutating. Yeah, but we've not been sick, we thank God. It is for preventative. Let's go to the floor, guys. Look at our floor. Again, I took the terrazzos. We wanted the majority of them to be black, and I chose the color myself with the children. We went and I called the fundi, and I told him I don't want a white floor. I want it mixed. So we put the dye and mixed it in the white cement, and this is what the color that we came up with, and I'm very happy because maintaining this is quite easy than opposed to white. I would have wanted it to be bright white, but maintaining terrazzo, if anything spills, this one is a bit, I find it a bit better to maintain. And then here are the green garnets that were put, and the red garnets. I came up with this star, and I told the fundi, just put this shape. I don't want a big flower, then put a big flower in the middle. And they said, I know how to design flowers, so they put a big flower in the middle, and they said, no, I don't want that one, it is just too common. I want something unique, something different that I've not seen in other places. The flower thing that I put is in the dining. I will show you when we get there. So I didn't want the same in the kitchen. Yeah, so we decided we have this. The green garnets are not so much because now from here I had to buy, and they were quite expensive. A bag was how much? I really don't. Okay, so they were quite expensive. I took the green here and some here. You can see they are not as this side as much because by that time they were getting finished, and that red garnets as well. They were quite costly. Yeah, guys. So we came to this side. I wanted a pantry. This is a whole lot story. Because again, as I said, this wall was just painted. My husband just brought a fundi and they painted this wall. I think it was color yellow to some. I told him I don't want that. Again, it was I don't want. Sorry, sweetheart. Yeah, and for him, as long as it was functional, it is okay. Are you rained on in the house? No. Do you get sleep? Yes. Let's not have drama. But I told him, no, I want something that is good to look at. I want something artistic. I want to express my artistic side in my house, my personality. So I told him I want bricks. This is what we came up with. This is our pantry, guys. Yeah, it was open, and I thrifted these milangos, so that the doors, and had this brought from very far. We looked for these things all over. Actually, these doors were tiny, as you can see, like these other ones, because as I said, these were thrifted, so it is what it was in someone's place. And I told the fundi, we will not waste them. I just came up with an idea of how to make them into doors, is it shutters, wherever. So as you can see, okay, this is our pantry, guys. You can see. We joined the wood, so I just had the shutters, which are tiny, and we came up with I called the fundi, and I drew for him what I wanted. I just told him get pieces of wood and join all these shutters together to make a door. So this is how we came up with the door, and I didn't want space to be eaten here. I want enough room to pass and two people to pass, and even if the door is open, there's still enough room. So I told him to measure. This was basically my own standard. By this time, I was just telling him to go with the standard of my house. I designed, it is called what? Personalizing the space. I personalized the space, and I designed it myself, and I said, I want it to be a bit traditional, rustic. That is the aim I was going for this space, and move it down, and so that the doors will not come all the way to this side. So you can see there's so much room here for people to pass, and I love this kind of pantry because it is artistic. You can see it is artistic. It's not like I didn't want the idea of a walk-in pantry. That is for me though. Because I want a place that has a lot of art. I really enjoy seeing art. I wanted the space here to be a bit high, so that you can put longer gunias of food. Yeah, and the rest is like that, just simple. Yeah, this small storage area that is open, we just want it there like that for display. And then I took this wood and carved it on the side to just bring. I told him I want this carved on the side to show the end of the bricks, and also because I love this wood. It is called Koma. It is very unique. I just love the design, and I just enjoy the way it brings together the rustic part of this and the natural beauty color of the wall plus this. It's very beautiful. Yeah, so guys, this is the other part now of this is the dining. This, as you can see, the space. I love this extension here of this thing. I told you this is thrifted. So plus this one also is also thrifted. I really like this corner. It was supposed to be free of this so that you can access that side or work from both areas. Someone can work from there, another one can work from here on the whatever. But we decided I want to just have this beautiful table here, this plastic table, and it is displaying. That is also thrifted. All those things are thrifted basically. I don't think there's anything new here other than this one. And this. So basically that is what I wanted in this space. In this space here, I'm going to put a trolley, that food trolley that has shelves. so that we can be used as like a coffee station. So this is still work, a place that I can say to be continued. Yeah, the dining area, nothing much to say other than this table is so gorgeous. I love it. I really, really, really love it. And I pray that our children will, I mean, one day they will inherit it, our grandchildren, our great and generations. It is a very beautiful piece. It is also thrifted. This is also thrifted. And I love the look of it, the rustic look of it. This is where we brought our drinking water. We are still setting this up. Guys, it was in the bathroom, you can remember, as we were still constructing the bathroom. So we brought it here. We are still looking for a place to keep it. So that is still work in progress as well. Yeah, look at this beautiful mirror, guys. I love it. I really love it. It has leather for, what is it called? For the borders. You can see it is rustic. Yeah, the frame is leather covering the wood. I really love it. It is also thrifted, and we wanted this space because of the stones. I wanted this place to be rustic. That's why even this tap looks a bit rustic, though it's from the hardware. But we basically made it wear out, look like it's worn out, to have a rustic feel. But we are going to remove this sink later, so that we can have again that rustic feel, and we will put a Galana sink over here. That is a work for another project for another day. Look at the floor. I was showing you guys the round thing that the fundis like making. But this time I had really talked, and he said, "Mama, seriously, you want us to put another design to Meshaeka? You just have to deal with this one, or just please." Because I had to make them start afresh on the kitchen side. So when it came here, I don't know where I had gone, and these people just decided to continue working when I had gone to town, instead of waiting for the next, what is it called? Instruction of the design I wanted. So they just knew I wanted a design in the dining, and instead of waiting, they had just put. So I chose these colors. This is not gemstones. These are just black terrazzos. And I basically mixed the black terrazzos myself here with white, so that it can come forth. Okay, guys, this wall here was color yellow. My husband is laughing because again, that was his dream. That was his idea of how a wall should be. And I told him, no, I want texture. I want something different. Yeah, you can switch on the light. Yeah, so we've switched off the light so that we can dim it, so that you can see. No, maybe we can make it bright now. Just make it bright. The other side. Yeah. So guys, so this wall I didn't want paint because I was just fed up of having to repaint, and I wanted something different. I wanted a different texture. I like looking at every part of my house, and there's something visually appealing, not just one area. When I turn to the right, it should be visually appealing. When I turn to the left, it should be visually appealing. I just love seeing decoration. I love a beautiful space. It doesn't have to be bank breaking, but it should be beautiful, visually appealing. So my husband was okay with the paint, and I said, no, I don't think I want paint. Please, I told the fundis, and my husband said, it will be so heavy to start putting galanas here. And he complained, and I said, no, I will call the fundi and I will talk to the fundi himself, because for 8 years, we have been running with your ideas. So guys, these groups here were white before. The fundi, because I wanted it to be bright, it had been painted color white. But then I looked and I said, I don't like the way they look with white. So I called the fundi again, excuse me, and I told him to repaint them to black. You guys, let me tell you, when we went to choose these galanas, I went personally, and I climbed on top of those places. I mean, the stacks where they keep them, and I chose the galanas myself, the way I wanted them to be. I handpicked each and every one, and I came here and I arranged them on the ground, and I told the fundi, I want this one at this place, I want this side, and you have to look at the side, because I wanted the texture and the color to come forth. And I chose this one. I remember choosing this one and cleaning it up and telling him I want this one to face this side, this direction. I want this one. There's another one I chose and picked, it is this one. So I came and I kept on telling him where I want each one to be. It was a lot of work. In this kitchen, it was really a lot of work. And when these parts, these are the green garnets and the red garnets. We just wanted to put, I called the fundi again. We mixed some. I basically mixed this white cement, and I was making something like a river. I don't know. I just thought of making something like a river that is flowing through the stones, through the rocks. I just wanted that element of nature, rustic nature. And this is what happened. All these stones, I love the stones. They're telling me a story, a beautiful story. This one's the children made. I told the fundi not to put anything here. It was as they were laying the galanas. I told him to leave spaces of archery, arereng, and zuri, mixing this, the green garnets and the red garnets, and filling the spaces up to create these patterns. These are the children who did, and me. And here, sorry guys, I've forgotten something. These things were not in our town at all. So, and we kept on saying, so the wall, this part of the wall, almost stayed for almost a month. It was a month without anything being done. Even the fundi decided to travel to go back to his home until when we are ready. And we kept on asking ourselves, and my husband said, don't you think we can put another material here? I mean, do we have to have those fire bricks? And I said yes. So we looked throughout the entire town where we will get, and they are not there in this town. They are not here. So we kept on calling from Kilifi, from Mombasa, if anyone can supply us. I tell you, these things had to be supplied from Mombasa, and we waited. And I got someone. It was a long story, because it reached a point I was just so fed up of waiting for materials. And I just wanted specific, but I wanted these red ones, fire bricks, and this texture. I didn't want any other texture. This rough texture. So even if it was to take a year, this wall would remain like that, without color, without anything. Because I said I wanted this, and finally I thank God, because if it had not worked out, my husband would have laughed at me and said, you see, you have made us wait, the fundis have waited for this particular material, if there's no other material on earth. Yeah, but I think after this place came together now, the way it is now, like this, everyone was happy. My husband was also happy, because at the end of the day, this is not just my kitchen, it is our kitchen, and it was not supposed to be done the way I want only. It was, luckily he had given me his blessing and said, just go ahead, this space, do what you want, I give you my blessing. Yeah. Here I wanted something for a cabinetry, for a hatch. So this is not what is it called? This is not the end product of what I want. I'm just using it for the time being. This has its work. But I want a traditional hatch where I will put my dishes. Yeah, all these things are thrifted. Most of them are thrifted. Actually, all of them are thrifted here. I don't think there's any that is not. So I want a place for display. Yeah, and I'm still coming up with the idea of what to do, of how to get that done at a cost-effective way, without having to strain financially. So guys, that is the tour of our kitchen. Yeah, let me give it a round tour. I love this place because this is where we keep our linens. All the linens are again thrifted, as I said. Yeah, this is a beautiful way to have storage, and it doesn't take so much space that blocks the the entire view of the room and make the place congested. Yeah guys, thank you so much for staying this far. I have enjoyed giving this tour. Finally, there's more tours to be done of the wooden cabin we were making. It's also done. Again, a lot of character development happened, and I'm so happy that this year majority of constructions have been finished. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. Until next time. Okay guys, here's a silent tour of the kitchen now. Bye.